As the Leveson Inquiry continues, the former Labour Prime Minister Tony Blair is in court to give evidence about the relationship between press and politicians. He told a media ethics hearing that close interaction between politicians and newspapers was inevitable. He was also called a war criminal by a yelling protester who'd broken into the court. As Tony Blair was sworn into court, Robert J. QC then alluded to the power that media groups have over politicians, to which Tony Blair replied that he was uncomfortable with the unhealthy relationship between politicians and press.
With any of these big media groups, you fall out with them and you watch out, because it is literally relentless and unremitting once that happens. And my view is that is what creates this situation in which these media people get a power in the system that is unhealthy and which I have felt throughout my time uncomfortable with.
And it seems Tony Blair wasn't the only person who was uncomfortable about the proceedings, as a protester gained access to the court and shouted that Tony Blair was a war criminal before being bundled from the room.
Excuse me, this man should be arrested for war crimes. JP Morgan paid him off for the Iraq war. 3 months after we invaded Iraq, they held up the Iraq bank for $20 billion. He was then paid $6 million every year and still is from JP Morgan 6 months after he left office. The man is a war criminal.
Robert J. then asked Tony Blair if the public thought the media were too powerful, to which he replied,
my view is, and I think it's still my view actually, is that you would have had to have cleared the decks. This would have been an absolute major confrontation. You would have had virtually every part of the media against you in doing it. And I felt the price you would pay for that would actually push out a lot of the things I cared more about.
The Leveson Inquiry continues with Tony Blair for the rest of the day. I am Anne Salter, thanks for watching. For the latest news and updates, follow me on the website at ibtimes.co.uk.